Hello and welcome to day 81. I'm Paul, and we're on an adventure of a 70-year-old dude learning to play the piano again after being away from the piano for over 20 years. So we started from scratch and we've been working our way through. We did go back a little bit in our lessons and kind of restarted about 13 days ago, I think it was, because Roli came out with some new software that I'm beta testing for them. And so I restarted the whole process, and we're almost caught back up to where we were before. We have 3 more lesson sections to go through, and then we'll be back up to in stage 2, and then more in the advance of, hey, Val, welcome. So today we're going to kind of jump back into, we're going to go into Christopher's dream just to kind of see if for the 3rd day now, if it remembers what we've been doing. That's one of the things that the beta software is supposed to be as tweaked with. So we're going to see if it remembers what we did yesterday. So we'll probably work a little bit in that, and then we'll come back over into the normal lessons. Now, I did do a little bit earlier let's jump into the, so you can see what I'm saying. I did come in here a little bit. There was previously, there was a lesson that we'd skipped because the system was not, it didn't show that we'd completed it. So I went through and did that. So I've got 8 minutes in here. So this is going to be a good test when we do Christopher's to see if it is tracking my time, which I don't believe it will. That's been something that's been kind of known, and I think it will be out in the next release. We'll see what happens, but we're going to test that out and see what happens. But we've almost got today's streak in already. So let's jump in here and turn on the AI. Now, one of the things that you'll notice, I didn't point this out previously, it's going to give me 2 options when the AI starts talking. And one is basically a press to talk, and the other one is just kind of open communications, basically. I switched to the press to talk so it stops listening, because I frequently will talk to you, the audience, as we're going through this and, make comments about stuff. And in the past, it was like responding to the comments that I were making, which I don't want it to do. So let's jump in here and see what it does with us.
Hi, Paul. Ready to dive into today's session? How about picking up where we left off with Christopher's dream?
Yeah, let's pick up where we left off.
Here's the plan. We'll listen to bars 9 to 12, then practice them with both hands, and finish by combining bars 5 to 12 at tempo. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Now it's your turn to play. Let's tackle bars 9 to 12 in wait mode. Take your time and focus on each note and fingering.
Okay, if you notice the music here, like this line, you can kind of see it. The bass clef and the treble clef are smacked on top of each other. Now, I know from this song that that is all right-handed. When we get down into the next line here in the middle of the page, now you see things on top of each other. And I believe that is where the left hand starts coming into play. But you cannot tell from this because, like I said, the notes are piled on top of each other. So I'm going to report this, and we're probably not going to go any further than this today because, well, let's just see what happens. Let's see what it comes up with out of the Frigehecka.
Hold up, wait, play the green F key. Nice.
And again, you see where it said play the green F key, it's showing up as yellow. It's not green. And now it looks like,
Hang on, great.
Yeah, it's something is really crazy because there is parts as we get into very soon where the right hand is playing, like octave worth of notes and stuff like that. So yeah, there is definitely a problem here. I'm going to report this and we're going to end it because it's not going to be worth going anywhere on this. Let's stop for the day.
Great job today focusing on bars 9 to 12 with both hands. Next time, let's refine that section further and then combine bars 5 to 12 at a comfortable tempo, focusing on those transitions.
I'm also going to mark this and so I can do a screenshot and send them over the music. Anyway, we're going to jump into the normal lessons here. Hey, Obs, welcome, welcome. Let's see, catch up on chat here, see if I missed anything. Okay, everybody's saying hi to everybody. All right, so let's see. We're working on Interstellar, continuing on to that. So let's see where we go now. Actually, just for the heck of it. Yeah, it's still 8 minutes, so it didn't pick up anything.
So now that we've learned both hands independently, let's try putting them together.
See if we
The
remember
left hand is going
anything.
to start, followed by the right hand, and it's going to alternate in that pattern throughout. Let's get back into position. The left hand is going to start on its pinky, followed by the right hand on its thumb. We're going to jump up to the pinky, repeat that. The left hand's going to go up one finger. The right hand's going to go up one finger as well. Jump up to the pinky. Repeat. The left hand's going to go up one more. The right hand will go up one as well. Jump up to the pinky. Repeat. The left hand's going to go down now, while the right hand goes up one more. And up to the pinky. Repeat. And that's the pattern, and that's all you need to know for the song. That whole thing is just going to repeat one more time. Now would be a great time in the lesson to pause, keep working on those hands alone, and then put them together just like we did, really slowly. Don't worry if this takes a few hours or a few days. Be consistent. It's a really difficult pattern, especially when the hands are put together. But over time, you'll develop that finger strength and you'll be able to work up to speed.
I want notes. A good start. I never do good on the slow stuff.
Now let's try adding in the pedal for a little bit more depth to the piece. We're going to pedal whenever the left hand changes. This is kind of a tricky coordination act between the two hands playing and the pedal going all at the same time, but let's give it a try. Let's get into position and start. The left hand will begin while you put the pedal down. And the light will stay on. Left hand pedal up, pedal down.
Bubblegum and blow our nose at the same time.
Left hand pedal up, pedal down. Left hand pedal up, pedal down. When you play, you don't have to take your hands off the keyboard. They can stay hovering above, so it's easy to find your next spot.
The other thing I've noticed too is when you start playing with the pedal, it can get the weight mode confused, because if you don't let go of it at the right time, it thinks you're holding down another key and it won't move on. So we're going to skip through the really slow stuff here. Nope. Okay, now we're... Oops.
Now you've learned all the pieces. It's really tricky to coordinate all of those things happening at once. So start slowly, keep practicing, and work up to speed.
Come on, bypass. It is a proven fact that I do not do good when it's going like half speed. That was interesting. This should be the scored one. Okay, we've accomplished that. Let's see what's the other thing that I've noticed with, so as you can see, when it's really slow, like it goes into like half speed or something of that nature, I do horrible. I do much better when it's closer to real speed. And I have noticed that my timing starting out, I frequently will be off going in, but then once I've started the song, I do pretty good timing wise going forward, but I need to work on my entrance, so to speak. Let's see what's, okay, yeah, we've got Africa is the next thing that we'll be working on. That's 4 sections. So we'll be working on that tomorrow. I think we're going to call it quits here today. I'm going to send a note off to Roli about the Christopher's dream that we looked at earlier and the scrambling of the bass and the treble clef music and stuff like that, and see if that's something that can be straightened out here in one of the upcoming versions. But a couple other observations that I've made along the way. One of the questions I had when I first started this was, hey, Crayola, nice to see you again. You've been hiding. When I first started this I was concerned about copyright strikes, because since I was going to be doing a YouTube, stream of this each day. And what I have found is I have gotten copyright warnings. I've never gotten a copyright strike. Most of the copyright things that I've received have been things where it's a copyright song, but the owner of the song basically allows it to be shown on YouTube. The only problem I've realized where I ever have an issue where it, like in some countries, and it's usually Russia and Belarus, it gets blocked in those countries, is when there's actual singing going on. It's not necessarily the actual, soundtrack or anything like that. It's not a voice. It's somebody, that Roli hired or somebody to sing the song. But anytime there is singing musical notes, I can pretty much expect that the stream is going to get a flag on it. Again, it's not a copyright strike, but it just basically, if I was monetized, I wouldn't get money off of that stream. I'm not monetized and I'm not after that anyway. But it basically, in certain countries, it will block the sound from coming through in those sections of the stream. So, like I said, it hasn't been a problem, but I have noticed where singing does, if there's vocals in it, it does trigger that. So it's just, if anybody out here is thinking of doing what I'm doing, keep that in mind. But anyway, thank you for joining me. If you are interested in signing up for my mailing list, I've dropped a link to that. Today I got it fixed so it's the right link. Dropped a link to my mailing list. You can sign up for that. You'll get 1 email a week under normal circumstances, usually Monday morning, giving you a recap of what we did the previous week, and then the schedule for this upcoming week. I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Sunday, I've had to change the time. Sunday will also be at 4 p.m. Pacific time this week only. And then we should be going back to normal schedule. The following Sunday, now that I think of it, might be off a little bit, but for the most part, we should be on our normal schedule, but the schedule will go out on Monday and you should have what's going on there. Hey, Jeff, welcome. And good night. Jeff is in the UK, so it's bedtime over there. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.